Hey everyone, and welcome back to Retro Dando. Today we've got some cool tips for you how to condense, well not so much condense, but combine all of your Nintendo Switch files. So you have the base Nintendo Switch file, there may be an update file, and then there may be some DLCs. And standardly what would happen is you would install your base game and your DLC / update on your Android device maybe, and then what then would happen is when you installed that update onto Odin, for example, it would take up loads of space on your hard drive because the install file gets installed to the disk space of the Android device, and then your base game may stay on your SD card. So to kind of keep everything really clean and not have multiple files here, there and everywhere, there's just one file with all the information on. That's kind of what we're going to do today. So what we're going to do is we're going to head to this GitHub page, which is Jules on the Road, and it's the NSCB builder. So we're going to go to that website. I'll put that link in the description. We're going to head down to the bottom here and we're going to download whichever one is good for your device. For me was the NSCB 101 64-bit. So you're going to download that file there and you're going to head over to here, and once you install it, it's going to bring you into this little section here. So a really important part before we get going, you're going to need some Nintendo Switch Prod.keys, which obviously are copyrighted, so I can't tell you where you're going to get them from, but I'm sure with a little bit of adventurous Googling or insert search engine of your choice, you'll be able to find some prod keys out there. What you're going to do with those prod keys, I can show you here. So I'm going to copy it mine. You're going to head over to this, this extracted file here, and you're going to head into the ztools file. What you're going to do then is you're going to paste the Prod.keys file like I've done here, and you're going to rename them to, you're going to remove the Prod.keys and you're going to change it to keys.txt. Hit enter. It's going to say, if you change the file extension, it might become unusable. Don't worry about that. Just click yes and it won't do that. I'm not going to save it just because I do have a keys file right there. So next we're going to head back to our main screen and we're going to open up this file here. And you're going to get this lovely screen right here. So here's some files that we've got that I'm going to show you what to do next. So all these lots of numbers on the side, don't worry too much about those. They're really, really simple to use. So what we want to do is we want to multi-pack mode. So we're going to hit number 2. That's going to say, please drag a file or folder into the window you want to process. So we're going to do something really, really small because it's super quick. So what we're going to do is we're going to drag over the base file of Balatro, and we're going to paste that into our file, and we're going to hit enter. So that's the first file in. We don't want to do anything right now. We want to grab the second file and we want to drag that across, put that in, push enter. Now, both those files are in. So what we want to do is we're going to be over on this screen and we want to input 1 to start processing the current list. The current list is the 2 files that we've just added into this section here. So we're going to hit number 1 to process the current list and hit enter. Next, input 1 to repack list as ticketless NSP. The problem with that for me is I found that it just basically doesn't work. So other people might have some success, but I've always done input 2 to repack as XCI. So we're going to do that. Number 2. It then asks us if we want to patch to the required system version. Again, I've not had much success with 1, but I've not really tried it extensively. I always push 0 and just use the required system version. We're going to hit enter. And then it gives us 2 options. So merge all files into a single file or separate into multiple files based on ID. So I'm going to show you that in a couple of seconds. But for now, at the moment, I'm just going to merge all into a single file. We're going to hit number 1 and we're going to hit enter. There we go. It's going to do its business and it seems to be done. So, okay, where are we? So we can either exit the program with number 1, or we can go back into mode selection, which is what we're going to do, because I'm going to show you another game just to show you the process all over again. So we're going to hit number 1. No, we're going to hit number 0 and go back to the thing. And here we are back at this page where we can do different bits and pieces. So you've converted a game. What happens next? So we're going to go into this NSCB folder here, and you can see here NSCB output. We're going to double click on that, and you can see here there's Balatro. There's the version that it is now, which is the updated version, and you can see here, and you can see the size as well. There you go. So the size is irrelevant, I suppose, a little bit, but you can see it's Balatro 1G, which is 1 game, plus 1U, which is 1 update.xci. That means everything's a success, and we're kind of all good to go. So we shall move on, go back to here, and we'll move on to the next one. Next step is the next game. So we're going to go through the same again. We're going to go to 2 for multi-pack. Then we're going to drag CrossCode, which is a great game, by the way. We're going to press enter. We're going to do CrossCode again. In. I'm going to click enter. And then we're going to do process current list, repack to XCI, don't patch, merge all together. We're going to go. We're going to see that tick across. You can see with your bigger games, it goes quite quick. I guess this would depend how big your computer is. No files to process, and we're all done. Go back to mode selection. So you've just seen here that we've processed that file here. CrossCode, there's the update file, 1 game plus 1 update. So what happens if they bring out a new DLC or a new update? Again, that's absolutely fine. So we're going to head over to here, and I'll show you what to do now. Head over to here, hit number 2. Drag the file or folder of what you want to process. So we're going to grab the newly updated file. We're going to drag that in here, and we're going to hit enter. And what we're going to do is we're going to head back to this NSP files, and we can see in here we've got 3 DLC files. Okay, so we're going to drag that over. We're going to hit enter. We're going to drag one over. We're going to hit enter. We're going to drag one over, and we're going to hit enter. And then we're going to process the current list. Same again. 2 as an XCI, 0 to patch, merge all files together, go. All good to go. Back to the mode selection for a new game, but let's check on our progress. There's the output, and you can see there, there's the original file there. Then you got again CrossCode 1G for 1 game, 1U for 1 update, and then 3D for 3 DLC. Now the next step, same again. What we're going to do this time is we're going to move the whole folder of Captain Toad. So Captain Toad, base file, update, and the 2 DLCs all in one thing. So again, same choice, multi-pack mode, drag the file or folder. So we're going to drag Captain Toad into here, and we're going to hit enter, and then we're going to go proceed to current list, repack as XCI, don't patch, merge all files into a single file. That's going to do its business. We're going to head back to the mode section just so we're ready for the next one. And then we're going to head into the output, and there you go. You can see that it's Captain Toad's treasure tracker. There's the update number, 1 game, 1 update, 2 DLC. You can see from here, from Captain Toad, 1 game, 1 update, 2 DLC. Really, really self-explanatory. Really, really works well. And for the last one that I'm going to show you is you can do a huge batch. I mean, look, it's not huge. It's just a couple of games in there. You can see there's a mixture of games, game files, DLCs, updates. So let's start with that. So we're going to go multi-pack, drag the file. So we're going to do switch batch. We're going to enter. We're going to do process the list, repack as XCI. Don't repatch, and then that what we're going to do is going to do number 2. So we're going to separate into multi-files based on ID. So that's going to be the game ID, and they're going to combine everything together. So number 2, let's go. This could take a little while, so we'll just fast forward a little bit until we get to that point. And then we're done. So go back to the mode selection. And there we go. So what was in this batch files, we can have a look. So there's a Celeste file, the update file, chained echoes file and update file, dead cells base file, update file, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 DLCs. We'll go to the output and we can see there we've got Celeste, 1 game, 1 update, chained echoes, 1 game, 1 update, dead cells, 1 game, 1 update, and 5 DLCs. Simple as that. So next I'm going to show you how this has kind of all been taken over. So we're going to open up Eden. There you go, Eden is open. And if we click Balatro, you can see there the update file is installed. If you go on to Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, you can see the update and the DLC is installed. Oh, Celeste, there we go. Celeste. You can see there the update is installed, and you can see there. Okay. If I quickly pop over to my file system and my SD card, you can see here into my ROMs folder, into my Switch folder, and you can see there you've got Balatro 1G plus 1U, Captain Toad 1G plus 1U plus 2D. You got Celeste there 1G plus 1U, which is 1 update. So I'll just launch them quickly so you can see that they work. All works perfectly. As I press A, you can see everything works fine. There we have it. So guys, I hope you find this helpful. And, you know, thanks for joining in, and good luck. If you have any problems, feel free to type some into the comments, and I can always try and help you as best as I can. Anyway, dudes, thanks for joining, and I'll catch you again next time.